we are going to take a step back from Black Ops 2 and return to the best game that held the zombies mode, Black Ops 1. Totally not because it's more easy to record clips for the damn video, totally not the reason whatsoever. Now you can go ahead and argue about a different Black Ops zombies being the best zombies, and I will be more than happy to listen, only for me to tell you how much of an idiot you truly are.
Are you? An idiot sandwich.
But enough of me insulting your ideas and opinions the first few seconds of the video. Let's talk about Georgie, shall we? Call of the Dead. It's the 4th map out of the zombies mode. I said it once, I'll say it again. Dead Ops Arcade, more irrelevant than a Buddhist on a Tuesday night. The setting is in an abandoned Siberia outpost hosted by Group 935, and a nosy director, the one and only George Romero, explains how he encountered some stuff in regard to the lovely small mustache man friendly group of people that founded the zombies in the first place.
Years ago, I did research for a World War II movie. I came across some old Nazi documents. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Element 115, necromancers, raising the dead, real creepy stuff. Coolest thing? Some of that crazy shit happened right here.
Now, before we get into the good stuff, let's talk about the new characters in the map. Now, the characters are actually IRL actors. You know most of them, you may not know them all. Why you don't is beyond me, but there have been some uncultured swines present here before. So the first guy is the one and only Danny Trejo. He acts in a lot of shows and movies. One is the Rob Zombie Halloween, and he is a guest star at one of my favorite shows, Burn Notice. The next person is Michael Rooker. Most of you seen him on The Walking Dead, at least for the first 3 seasons.
You ought to be more polite to a man with a gun. Huh? All the common sense.
He has also made some short appearances in some movies and shows. Oh, and he also guest starred in Bear Notice. The next guy is Robert Englund. He is most popular in A Nightmare on Elm Street. He is also in a lot more horror movies, but being Freddy is his best work, at least in my opinion. The final character is Sarah Michelle Gellar, who you might know from the live-action Scooby-Doo movies, and she is also in a lot more movies like Buffy. These actors are doing a scene for a movie that you can guess the name of. Got it? Yeah, it's Call of the Dead. The cutscene starts out where they are doing the scene, and after a little blooper made by Rooker,
for God's sakes, he missed me again!
The scene resets. At the same time, the lovely Ultimus gang, Dempsey, Takeo, Nikolai, and Richtofen, arrive and are trapped in a dark room together. Now that they are here, guess who shows up as well? That's right, this silly bitch. So now the zombies are here. The real ones, I mean. And no one really believed them to be real lads. Hell, even George dismissed it.
Get back to hair and makeup. You don't look dead enough.
Can I just say, you know Hollywood over-exaggerates things from reality if this man is saying that an icy, shirtless, yellow-eyed man isn't dead enough. So the zombie took that personally and ran off the cliff with George, and the actors realized they aren't getting their paycheck and begin to unleash their anger out on the other zombies showing up. And so the game officially begins, where lightning hits the water and guess who comes back? So now George is a zombie, and he isn't the happiest out of the bunch and has a damn spotlight he is going to use to beat your ass harder than your father when you couldn't hold the flashlight steady. Now, where to begin on this map? Let's start with the ship on the right if you are facing quick revive. The ship and its main purpose is really just to turn on power. Other than that, you will just see your common guns such as the MPL, M16, and more. This side also has Jug, which is quite important seeing how you have to deal with George, who is one hell of a bastard to kill. You can also freeze in the water if you linger in it for too long, and then you got the zombies. You also have a couple of more perks, but if we are being honest, who really gives a shit besides some dude who wants meal kick? Anyway, there is a set of debris that will lead you to the lighthouse, but I recommend keeping that closed for a strat we will talk about in a little bit. If you go left, if you face quick revive, you go through a little bitty cave where zombies dig out from the top and swat you, but if you were able to avoid bitches your whole life in order to play with the boys every night, then this shouldn't be much of a problem. Now for me, the box is always there like 75% of the time, so I usually go there first. That area is also where you can interact with the Ultimus crew to begin the Easter egg.
Pepsi bottle, a Coca-Cola glass. I don't give a damn.
The Easter egg is pretty simple to say the very least. I mean, you are given clear directions on what to do by Richtofen. If you manage to have trouble with this, then damn, you need to stop doing Easter eggs or resort to Vanguard. I mean, I guess the only tricky steps, in my opinion of course, I would have to imagine for some of you would have to be to control the ship and use foghorns. But other than that, you are mainly just trying to get a bottle of alcohol, a rod, a fuse, another fuse, and send a guy up to the aliens with one of the wonder weapons. I mean, I won't lie, all of that just to get the wonder off for what, 90 seconds or something? Yeah, I would have wanted a whole set of perks over that, but you know, shit, whatever. Now let's quickly talk about the elephant in the room, George Romero. Now of course I gave a mere mention of him in the beginning of the video, but I never elaborated on this 6'4" monster. This guy? Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with this guy. You shoot him once and he goes on a temper tantrum and starts screaming like a Japanese soldier in World War II. He then proceeds to chase you down with his big ass spotlight to smash you like a shitty game of whack-a-mole, and the only way to calm him down is to bring him to the ice cold water where for some reason he is like giving McDonald's to a bunch of whiny cunts. They calm down and shut the hell up. If you somehow manage to waste like 10 minutes of your time and finally kill this son of a bitch, then he runs away for the rest of the round in the water, giving you a nice free perk. This dude is a zombie and still talks.
You can't outrun me! You can, but don't!
Talk about being an imposter so you can get some zombie bitches. Now this dude is simply built different. If you were playing this game solo, then he has around 250,000 health. If you're playing quads, then he has 1,000,000 health. This dude is not someone to bump into the lockers in high school. Why someone would even think about shooting this man on purpose is beyond me, but either way, this man will just be a pain in the ass to deal with. So I just stay pissed off from him, especially so you don't have to accidentally shoot him. Anyways, moving on. If you are new here and enjoyed this video, go right on ahead and check out the rest of the videos I've created, and while you're at it, how about a little click on that subscribe button to see more of the videos in the future. And if you don't, so help me God, I will have George Romero smash you down with the spotlight like it's a damn Bug Bunny skit. Let's continue. We are going to move on to the wonder weapons, and let me add to this, I really enjoy these wonder weapons, probably some of the best in my opinion. The first wonder weapon I want to talk about is the scavenger, the good old bolt action sniper that deals a bitch ton of damage once fired. You can compare it to the crossbow in this game. You shoot it, have the bullet blink a couple of times, and boom goes the zombies. Now I will say this, make sure you got yourself some PhD for this gun, there is a ton of explosive damage. Oh, and the weapon is also a bitch to reload, seeing how there is little to no bullets in the magazine in the first place, so I would also say use speed cola. If I were to rank this gun on my totally 100% best tier list, better than every single other person who makes a zombies related tier list, I would give it a solid A tier. Once pack-a-punched, the sniper is pretty much doubling in everything, from damage to ammo. This gun alone can most certainly take down George Romero if you so love to get that free perk for some reason. The next wonder weapon is the VR-11, a nice little alien looking plasma pistol or whatever, and it can be used sort of like a monkey bomb. You shoot it at a zombie and the zombie will turn into a CIA dude, quite looking like the Black Ops 2 loser character. He then will run away, more or less, to any water spot on the map that is open. He will then kill himself all while the zombies chase him. Like I said, sort of like monkey bombs. Now this weapon is also used in the Easter egg. Like I said earlier, you turn a zombie into a human and he gets captured by the aliens. So you understand why I call it the alien gun. You can also use this thing on George Romero when he is in his pissy state to calm him down. A couple seconds later, he will go back to his pissy state, but hey, at least you ran from him when he wasn't pissy, right? Now when you pack-a-punch the weapon and shoot it at a zombie 3 times, you will be able to kill that zombie, but it's still used to turn one into a human. And if we are going back to look at my trusty tier list that is better than every single popular zombies YouTubers list 100%, I would rank this wonder weapon at a B tier. The reason? This gun isn't the greatest thing to ever hit if you are doing this solo. However, when you are playing it with a friend or 3, then you can shoot the wonder weapon when packed, might I add, to add a player a sort of insta-kill ability. When it's not packed, then the zombie will just ignore the person as expected. Now we ain't done just yet. We gotta talk about the strats. And the thing is, there ain't a lot of strats to pull on this map. If there is, well then guess what? I'm just gonna talk about like 2. So if you wanna cry that I didn't talk about a certain strat, then go right on ahead.
So you can just go and shoot a deer.
There's an endangered species right there.
So the first strat is the obvious lighthouse strat. Go in circles, you got room. You got the 74U on the wall. It's all fun and games as you can PhD off the hill from the doors of the lighthouse building. Now a lot of people use this strat for high rounds, but I'll tell you what, if you are a sweaty nerd on this map, then your pecker is so small it wouldn't even please an animal if you went ahead and did bestiality. You can do pretty well on this map if you pull this strat so long as you don't open up the next area with the boat debris. You also have a pond to use in case you upset George with your 10 out of 10 strats. Now the next strat isn't really anything special, you just trade at spawn. Go in circles, don't get trapped on the bridge, use the water to your advantage, bada bing, bada boom. And before I wrap things up, let's not forget about the one brilliant thing about this map, the zipline. Going from point A to point B like 1, 2, 3, perfect. The problem, somehow the zombies can zipline too. Oh, and George as well. That really does it for this map. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to see more in the future. Other than that, have a good day and goodbye.